Welcome back to Getting Ready with Juanita. Please feel free to subscribe, like, or leave a comment after the video is done. I'd really love to hear from you. So today I will be creating this look, and if you're interested, please continue watching. I've already moisturized my face and prepped my skin before makeup, and the products that I used was the Naturium Vitamin C Serum, which is a brightener for the skin. I use the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, very moisturizing, and I absolutely love that cream. And then I also went in with the Glow Recipe Dewdrops, just to give some extra moisture, and I just find this time of the year it just helps with my dry skin. So the foundation I'm going to use is the Luminous Silk by Armani. Just going to give it a little shake. Just going to get some on now. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to the Sephora sale. I've been looking over things again and adding items and deleting items and wondering all the wonderful things. So the amount that a person can get off is really dependent on the level in which they're at. So like I'm Rouge, and Rouge gets 20% off. So you could just check to see if you're a member, what level you're on. And then of course, all of the Sephora products will be 30% off the entire sale. And that's really awesome as well, because Sephora brand, they make some good products. So I heard like their one of their newest highlighters that they brought out, I think about 6 months ago now, something like that. It was last summer, and but some people have been really loving it. Some of the influencers that I watch. So I think Makeup by Cheryl, she really loves that highlighter by Sephora. There we go. And we're all blended out. The next thing I'm going to do is just go in with my Charlotte Tilbury color corrector. I'm just going to add a little tiny bit just into the areas where I'm a little bit dark. So I'll just add a little bit of that. And of course, if I forget to say something, I'll have the items listed down below as to what I used today. And there we go. We'll just get some spread around. There we go. And the next thing I'll use is my Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer. And I'll also include the shades in which I used in case you're a shade twin. There we go. Yeah, so that's sort of been the hot news, but I just can't get over how many new makeup products are being released, and it's like, whoa. I finally heard back from, well, I heard back from Odin's. I gotta say, like, I've written them a couple of times, and they're always very polite and responding fairly quickly. But apparently my order got all messed up, and it's going to arrive even later. So whenever my Valentine's collection arrives, then I'll be doing a video on that. I know it's going to be really late, but it's okay. I mean, a lot of those products, I mean, I wear pink and purples and all the time regardless, and she's got neutrals in there as well. So it's a palette that can be worn really any time of the year. So, and like, I mean, there's like, I even found like from the Odin's eye palettes at Christmas time, um, it's, both of those palettes weren't like straight up Christmassy. So these are like shades that you can wear, because one had lighter shades in them, and it's definitely a palette that I could definitely wear into the spring months, and I'm really looking forward to that. A beautiful, beautiful palette with some beautiful colors and formulas. There we go. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be using my Charlotte Tilbury cream bronzer. And I'm just going to add some color back to my face. Yeah, so it's been pretty exciting. A lot of new palettes. So, like right at the moment, I'll buy palettes that I'm really going to love, because where I have to pay out of pocket, um, I wish I could invest into everything that comes out, but there are certain color stories that are going to complement me a bit more than others. So I invest in those palettes, but I can't very well go out and purchase everything. If I were sent some PR, of course, I would test everything out, because then I would be able to help determine whether or not it's a product you guys would like to have in your collection. And that's the reality of makeup. It's just like where I have dry skin, there's going to be certain products that are going to work for me, but would they work for someone with really oily skin? Absolutely not. So we all have different needs. Even for mature skin people, some of us are still more oily than others. So it's just on the drier side. So I'm going to be using She's the Moment by Patrick Ta. I'm going to go in with my cream blush, just because I'm getting my cream products on. And let me just see, where's my blender? Oops. Just get my finger wiped there. So I'm just going to get some product down. Okay. So I got my blush on. I love this blush. It's one of my favorite blush formulas, but saying that, there's a lot of other blushes that I love too, like blush formulas, like the Singe Beauty. Oh, I love those blushes, and I love the ones from Pat McGrath, and the ones from Hourglass. Oh, those are gorgeous too. Those are all like in my favorite formulas. So what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to add some powder, just where I've got my cream products laid down. And I'm pulling out my oldie Givenchy Prisme Libre setting powder today. Um, this, sorry, was top of the line until they changed the formula. Oh, I wish they would bring this back. And so many of us do. This was the best powder. Oh, it is just beautiful. It's light. It's not drying. It's got some luminosity so that your skin don't look flat. It's blurring, and it is just the best. So please, Givenchy, bring back our beloved setting powder, our loose powder, the old formula. We are asking for it, please. Okay. So, so I got some powder down just to set down in those areas. But just to let you know, I would really love to try their new foundation, because Givenchy has brought out a new foundation. Now, that's a foundation I'm interested in and eyeballing maybe for the Sephora sale. It's on my radar. We will see if I get it or not. All right, So I'll be right back. I just have to go off screen and do my eyebrows, and I'll be right back. I'm back and I have my eyebrows done. And I also created this look with my new palette, which is the Natasha Denona Bloom palette. I just got it in, and the color story, I've already had fun. This is just one look, and I love this look. It's gorgeous. So I'm going to recreate this look over on this eye just so that you guys can see how I achieved it. So the first thing I'm going to do is go in with my transition color, which is this one right here. Sorry, I would tell you the names again. I don't have my glasses on, and that would be awfully hard for me to put them on and take them off. So I'll just point to the shade. So I'm just going to go in with a transition shade for now right here. Perfect. And then I'm going to go into this shade right here. I'm just going to deepen this up here just a little bit. We're just going to add some more color just to start working at creating that gradient. Okay. Beautiful. And then the next, I'm going to go in with my small detailer brush, and I'm going to be using Brick. I know that one's called Brick. That one I can't forget because, well, just the color itself. And so I'm just going to start adding it to my corner, my outer corner. And what I'm going to do is just sort of start bringing it out into this shape. So you sort of lay down the shade, and then you're going to start bringing it outwards. I'll try to mimic the two because my eyes are no longer, well, they're a little, they're more asymmetrical now since I got sick the other year. And so it's just a matter of getting it close enough, and that's good. And then with the rest of this, I'm just going to go right under the eye right here and just bring it up into this outer corner. Just, yep, there we go. Perfect. All right, and then I'm going to go in with my trusty NYX glitter glue. Look, I'm all hyper and happy today because I get to play with a new palette. It makes me so happy. Thank goodness for makeup. It's definitely brought me some joy after all the changes that I went through. And this is just my own personal story and journey, but it really has brought me some joy. And you know, my career was a big part of my life. And now that I'm retired, you know, and unplanned retirement, because I think, you know, I always thought, okay, someday when I retire, I'm going to garden and do this and that. And now, like, things have changed. And so I won't be able to do that, but that's okay because sometimes you just got to roll with the flow. And when I say that, I mean myself. I'm not saying that for anybody else. So that was sort of my decision. Just rolling with the flow. The next thing I'm going to do is go in with this nice, beautiful light shimmer. And this is a dual chrome. And I'm just going to start patting it right here. And I'm going to start building this. This shade, it has a slight opaque base. So I'm just going to build it up a little bit just so that we get a little bit more opacity from it, because I really love this, and I I like it to sort of lighten the look a bit, sort of to give something a little bit different. Because I think if I use the other peach with this look, it would look really sort of monotoned, and I want to just create just some different. Now I also like to use my brush. It's like a combination. I use my finger, I use my brush, and right here I should just use a little bit of spray as well, but it's sitting down okay. And that's the thing with Natasha Denona's formulas. They're just beautiful. There we go. Okay, I'll stop there. And then I'm just going to take this dark shimmer and I'm just going to go right here between the two. Beautiful. Then I'm going to wipe my finger and then I'm going to go back in with the light shade and I'm going to go over that again because I really want this light shade to be more prominent. There we go, beautiful. And now I'm going to go back with my brush and I'm going to spray a little bit of my Charlotte Tilbury spray on there and it'll just help it lay just a little bit better. Okay, because I want some oomph right here. There we go. That's exactly what I was looking for. A little bit of oomph. Awesome. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use my rougher brush and I'm going to use this light shade and I'm just going to smoke out that bottom just a little bit more, just to smoke this out and blend it. And I'm also going to use that light shade again just to blend and soften these edges. Just very lightly going over. Beautiful. I'll just deepen that up a little bit again, just so that the two eyes are going to really mimic each other. I don't want to lose that color right here. Don't want to blend it all the way out. So that's the thing, like you can always like correct as you go. Then I'm going to use, like, it's this here I think is an elf brush, but it has this spoolie on the end and this very tiny stiff angled brush. And I'm going to go in with this brown right here and I'm going to use that to just stamp like a liner. And I just go in about just before halfway. And then I'm going to use some of that just on the top as well. Again, just about halfway. And I'm also going to create a small wing. And to do this with the eyeshadow, in my case where I have hooded eyes, it's best to keep your eye open to see where the wing should go. And the reason being is if I just closed my eye and went sort of, and I open my eye, they always come out super goofy. And so this is the way I've learned how to do my wings. But it's not just me. I actually seen other women too with, hooded eyes like myself. They say do the same thing. So keep your eye open and then do your wing that way. So I'm actually really enjoying this look, loving my palette so far. Yay! And I can't wait to even do more looks, but for now, this is my first look with my palette. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. contour palette, and I still need this because I want to be a bit lighter on my brow bone, just right here. So I will still go in with this shade just to make it a little bit lighter. There we go. And I'm going to do my nose. And then I'm going to use the A501, which is angled like this. And I like using this to do my nose contour. Wonderful. Just try to soften those edges just again so there's no real sharp lines. And what I'm going to do is just go off camera and I'm going to do my mascara just because it takes a few coats and a couple of minutes to do, and you don't want to sit there watching me do that. But I will be using my Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerize. So I'll be right back. And I have my Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerize mascara on, and it's looking good. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put on my Patrick Ta blush powder, where I've already laid down the cream. Get my blush brush, and it's just the angled BK Beauty. I'm going very peach today. I love peach. It's one of my favorite colors. Looks good. And the next thing I'm going to do is use my Rare Beauty in Exhilarate. This is a highlighter, Exhilarate. My one broke though because these are so easy to break. But I managed to press it back in, and I'm still going to use it for now. And I'm just going to lay some of that beautiful shine down. This is actually one of my, I love this formula for highlighter. It is absolutely beautiful. Selena Gomez really has a beautiful makeup line. Rare Beauty is absolutely gorgeous. That young lady is one busy woman. She's done so much with her life, so much to be proud of. Good for her. All right, so now that I got my blush on, what I'm going to do is just use my finishing powder from Charlotte Tilbury in Fair. And I always have such a difficult time opening. Oh, my nails are grown now, so I'm just going to use very little again where I already used the beautiful Givenchy powder. I'm just going to go over and just make sure everything's blended in nicely with this powder, just to do a little bit. Lovely. And yesterday, I forgot to put on my setting spray, or the other day, I should say. And I really noticed a difference with the wear of my makeup. By the end of the day, I noticed my oils coming through. And like I said, I'm sort of like dry combo skin, so I still do get some oil. However, that usually don't happen when I use my Charlotte Tilbury spray. So I was quite surprised. So I won't forget today. And I'm just going to use my setting spray. Lovely. Okay. And I'll use my fan. I'll have a sip of water. I love drinking water, lots of water. That's so good. So I've got mostly everything done except for my lips. And I'm going to be using one of my lip cheats again from Charlotte Tilbury. And this is the Pink Venus one. And And for my lipstick, I have to go in with my Lisa Eldridge one in Kit Mischief just because it's got that peachy undertone. And it's just going to look right with this look. Lovely. I really like the way that turned out. So I'm just going to go off camera and I'm going to do my hair and I'll be back in a second. Well, I had a lot of fun today doing my makeup. I really enjoyed how the look turned out. If you enjoyed it as well, please subscribe, give the video a like, and leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. And I have to say, I'm feeling good. And I'm ready for my day. And I hope you all have a good day too. Bye.